Hey everybody, Spider here, the Coming Soon podcast, of course, San Antonio, Texas, being joined by locals on two guys that are now calling San Antonio home. The final guys, of course, man. Introduce yourself, please.
Hey, how's it going? My name is Alex Stevens, one of the final guys here at Final Guys Graphics.
Yeah, and I'm Chris Buendicho. I'm the second final guy. So, yeah.
Man, and I gotta ask, bro, because when I first heard the name, and I was kind of not so much that I was confused, but I was like, okay, because I was so used to hearing Final Girls, and I was like, Final Guys, and it hit me, and I'm like, oh, okay, you know what? Makes sense, man. So,
Yes.
I mean, if you could, let me ask you this, man. I mean, of course, you guys are calling San Antonio home now. Where are you guys from initially?
Well, I'm from San Antonio, but after high school, I went to the military, so I stayed in California, and then after the military, I went to school there. But I'm originally from San Antonio. That's why I came back.
Okay.
Yeah. Originally, my family and I were from Guam, and we moved to Oregon in 2002, joined the Marine Corps out of there. That's where I met Alex. We've been best friends ever since.
Sure.
And
I think I lost you guys. Let me give it a second, real quick.
Can you see us? I think we froze a little
There
bit.
you go. I think you guys are back on. There we go.
Yeah.
I couldn't hear you for a while, but I was making fun of you guys. Don't worry about it, man.
yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
We'll take it.
But yeah, man. I mean, of course, you guys met in the military, man. So thank you guys for your service, of course. And
Appreciate
I mean,
that.
right off the bat, man, when you guys met, I mean, was it an awkward conversation getting into horror, man? I mean, were you kind of like, hey, man, you like spooky stuff, or how did that happen, man? How did the conversation
This is
start?
actually a really
Yeah, that's a really good question. I
Really
never
good
even thought
question.
about this. I will tell you this. We started. I think we started like the first time I literally like saw him was after boot camp, and we started being friends right after I saw him one time at the gym. He was like Stevens, and I'm like, oh my god, Buendicho. Like it was like 3 months after boot camp. But I think what really started us like relating with horror was Supernatural, the love of the show.
Dude, for real.
Yeah.
I failed the class in college because this guy introduced me to that show. So it's like I got so much homework to do, but I'm not caught up on the latest season of Supernatural, so that's obviously got to get my priorities in order and watch Supernatural.
He was like, hey, do you have season 4? And I'm like, here you go, bro. That's clever though.
Yeah.
That's
That was it. That was
Fully
it,
deserved.
huh?
Fully deserved.
Yeah.
Man, and of course, man. I mean, after having served, and both you guys, of course, now no longer in the service. I mean, are you guys reserve? Are you guys still active? Or what's the word?
No, I'm completely done.
Okay.
Yeah,
We
we're,
love it.
we're too old and our body aches, man. We're not as young as we used to be.
No young bucks no more.
All right.
Man, and of course, man. I mean, of course, this project that you guys got into, man. I mean, of course, it's been years in the making. I mean, the
Yeah.
fact that you guys decided to go ahead and pull the plug. I mean, what was it? Was it in conversation, and you were like, man, let's go ahead and do this?
So I will give credit where credit is due. Alex has definitely driven a lot of this. And so like I was there with him and we talked about it, right? Like where I was saying, hey man, I think I'm gonna move my family to Texas. And Alex was very reserved. He didn't want to say anything that would influence the decision or anything. So he kept it to himself. And I finally was like, dude, we're moving. And so it like happened. And Alex was like, okay, now that we're here, let's get the shirt business off the ground. And he's like, okay, one click of the button, we order the printer, and here we go. So
Done, bro, done. I mean, I know. I mean, you guys made a video the other day, man, or yesterday. Go ahead and doing the process, bro. And of course, it's one of those things that I enjoyed because as easy as I'm like, oh man, I can make a shirt. I mean, that thing. I mean, obviously, it took some time to set up and get into work. So how difficult was it, or how easy was it compared to what you guys were thinking?
I think the hard part was again taking that step of actually like we're gonna go ahead and go do it. Again, he gave me credit, but I think the credit comes to him too. It's like I could not do this without someone like him. We've been friends since forever. I can tell him everything. Like we support each other. Work like we sing very well. So after we kind of were like, hey, we have some finance right now. Like we're able to do. We can put some money in. Do you want to go ahead and do it? And we were like, yep, let's go. And from that moment on, we got the printer. We moved everything in the house to get the printer through that door.
that was it.
Man, I think I lost you guys. Hold on. You froze on me for a little bit. Let me wait for it to get back on.
Okay, we're back.
Okay, so we're
There
back.
you go. There you
Yeah,
go.
we have to give Jackie his wide credit. She was the one that also work and like, hey, go live, make sure you post these things.
She definitely got the social media gift. She without her, like, Final Guys graphics would be in the Stone Age right now.
Yeah, 100%. But other than that, after we got most of that stuff set up and then design.
I think I lost you guys again, man. Hold on, let me wait for it to get back on right quick. And I lost audio on this, by the way. I can still see you on my phone, but let me wait for the audio to pick up real quick. I know we were talking about internet. Hold on, let me get back on there real quick.
Okay, yeah, sorry. I'm just gonna blame it on the weather. Like, I don't know, the weather's pretty bad now, so like it can interfere with connectivity.
Man, well, I was gonna say, what are you guys using, a landline or what, man? Come on, man, what's going on?
Yeah, apparently we should have. I should connect the router, but the router is actually right by my wife's office, which is like down the hallway in the loft. So a friend of mine was like, get a Cat 6 cable.
I think I lost you guys again. Let me wait a few seconds, guys. But I lost the audio again real quick, guys. Hold on. Let me wait for it to jump back on. And for some reason, because I'm watching y'all on the phone also, so I can see you guys moving. But I can't pick up any audio right now. Hold on. Let me try something real quick.
Do it this way.
There you go, guys. I can hear you.
Yeah. We might try to just join from our mobile device. I'm not sure. So if it happens again, we'll just join from the mobile device so we don't keep popping in and out.
No, not a problem, man. But yeah, I mean, it's, as far as the company, man, I mean, Final Guys Graphics, LLC, of course, you guys are got the patent and everything ready. And I mean, obviously horror is life, bro. I mean, that's pretty much where the inspiration, where the motivation comes from. But I mean, when it comes to horror, what exactly do each of you guys prefer, man? Is it a slasher? Is it gore? Is it?
Okay, that is an open question. I'll let Alex take the reins on this one.
I mean, for me, it's always gonna be slashers. I'm the biggest fan of 80s horror. I know facts that people are like, really? I gotta Google that. And I'm like, you can Google it. Like, I know it's true. Like, 80s horror slashers. My favorite.
Yeah, same. I definitely have to say I'm a huge fan of the slasher genre. I love all horror, but if I had to rank it, slasher definitely takes the cake. What about you?
Sure. You see, and the fact that horror movies, of course, man. I mean, I think it opens to like 8 or 10 different categories, but I mean, it brings everybody together. You know, not everybody loves every movie that's out there, but just bring up horror and it's just like a fight. You know, you say fight and people want to talk about it. You know, so that's kind of weird. But yeah, man, of course. I mean, the machine's set up. I mean, you guys already got some shirts printed out. I was going to ask you, I don't know if you guys managed to take some shirts out. Did you guys have some on you?
Yeah, we actually do.
We have such sights to show you.
Nice, bro.
The many faces of the biggest mama boy.
Ooh, bro. Yes. You see, man, and of course, man, I mean, obviously you guys love the product. I mean, it's 100%, right? I mean, you guys are happy with the results?
Yeah. Oh, 100.
I
and like,
definitely say so.
And we love what we do. Like, literally, this is like a dream come true. It's our hobby horror movie into like what could be a career for us. Yeah. So it's a win-win. I don't think we work maybe like 12 hours a day doing all of this, and it doesn't feel like work.
Yeah. Time goes by so quickly. I'm like, oh my God, it's like 10 o'clock. I have to go back home soon.
He's like, I have a family. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, you gotta go home, man. Get out of here. You're like, But man, I mean, of course, I mean, you guys are having fun with this, man. I mean, that's definitely a great thing. I mean, just like the podcast, dude, I enjoy doing it. You know, I'm out there getting content and meeting people. I mean, let me say this, because of course the shirts are being pressed right now. Your first event, I mean, do you guys have a date as far as when it's going to happen?
So when you say event, like a vendor event, or are you talking about our official launch? Okay, so our first vendor event, I think we're working towards shooting towards Kings and Queens of Horror, which would be October 12th through the 15th, if I got my dates correct.
Okay.
So,
and as far as the shirts in process, I mean, how many graphic shirts are you guys looking at?
So we have 20 designs that we can readily make, right?
Yeah. Just so you know, like, so we'll have about 20 designs for like the event, but the website has numerous amounts of designs. Yeah, and that website will be opening next Friday, September 1st.
Yeah, bro. And I was going to ask about that because, of course, I mean, this is going to be the big, the beginning. I mean, this is where it's going to go live. I mean, people can get on there. They can see what you guys have to offer. Now, at the event, of course, as a vendor, man, I mean, one of the things, I mean, of course, you want to do out there is sell shirts.
Right.
The biggest, the second biggest thing is to create traffic, let people know, like, hey, you know what? We have more shirt designs, or they don't have their size. You know what? You can go to the website, you can order it, and of course, you guys will ship it out, right?
Yeah,
exactly.
100%.
Cool, man. Now, of course, when it comes to social media, I mean, I know you said, you know, the wife is out there, you know, doing all the Instagram. There is you guys are actually doing a raffle for a free shirt on Instagram.
Yeah,
that is correct. Yes.
And tell us a little bit about that, man. What's the process?
Well, if you go to Instagram and follow us on there, you can check one of the videos. Basically, all we just request is for you to like, share that post, and you got a chance to basically win a shirt. And I believe it's one of the Friends shirts.
Right.
Yeah, it's on the video. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We're looking forward. We want to know who wins. We're like, we're actually kind of excited. We're like, who would it?
I wish you guys could all win so we could just make you all shirts. But unfortunately, we're not.
Oh yeah, of course, you know. But I mean, you know, somebody will get lucky, and it doesn't cost anything to follow you guys, of course, you know. So, but man, I gotta bring this up, man, because of course I saw a TikTok video today, freaking cracked me up, bro. I'm not gonna lie, dude. I scared my dog. I started laughing, dude. That was like so freaking funny. What made you do that, bro? Tell me.
I mean, you're talking about the Friday the 13th, right? Okay, so it's an old video that I posted on TikTok, and I don't know why people didn't think it was funny. And I maybe I just didn't have that many people at that point. But I always thought it's like, just imagine somebody missing their bus and showing up a day late after Friday the 13th. And then you just go, there's like, hey guys, I'm here. I'm sorry, I missed the bus. It's like, I would have made that.
I actually just saw that video like 2 minutes ago.
I know, you just like it.
I was like, how have I never seen
I saw it earlier, man, and I was watching TV with my dogs are next to me, man, and it took me a second. And then I just freaking blacked it out, bro. Like it hit me, and I'm like, dude, that is so freaking.
It was a thinker. I was like, I know people are gonna be like, I get it. So I feel like true horror fans got the humor. Like some people are probably like, next.
I will say this, man. You brought up the 80s. That had a lot of 80s attitude to it, man. And I think that's why I got it, because I was just like, bro, like that's just like something that I would have thought of and been like, man, what if, I mean, you missed the bus and you got saved, but you show up. That's freaking hilarious, man. And you know what, man? I don't know if you you got to put a patent on that, dude, because I'm sure somebody's going to try to steal it, man. That's a good idea, man.
That's true. Yeah. We'll try making more videos like that.
Oh yes, bro. Of course. And you know what? One of the things, man, and of course, you guys were talking about not being, I guess, not so much being internet savvy. I mean, when it comes to social media.
Yeah.
But when it comes to content, dude, one of the things somebody told me right off the bat, like this was like years back, was like, you know what? Instead of going out there and trying to find content, you are the content.
Yeah.
So do what you do, and some people will get it, some won't, but. That's what makes people want to follow you, and I mean, if they get your jokes, man, I mean, of course they're gonna want to see more, man. So of course,
we're just hoping that like people that follow us understand like this is a joy for us, and we're trying to express as much of the enjoyment and the fun of it.
Yeah.
I mean, again, it's not work for us, and we're just finding like our little like footing in this, and we're having fun. I'm like, this is fun to me.
Man, you see, and that's one of the things for myself, man. I mean, we were talking about different categories when it comes to horror movies. Yeah. I love, comedy horror, bro. Like horror comedy movies, man. Like for me, it's like even now, like people are like, man, how can you laugh at that? And I'm like, man, I gotta, that's the way I express myself. I mean, I won't laugh at a funeral or anything like that.
Right. Yeah, time and place.
Yeah. Just at myself, if I hit my head or I laugh about it, because I'm like, dude, okay, let's move on, but that's how I relate to life. But it just makes sense, when it comes to slashers, of course, everybody's a slasher fan of slasher films. Yeah. But for me, it's got to be those horror comedy movies, man. So
what's your favorite one, man? Because I want to see if you and me are on the same.
Man, I don't. When it comes to, I have a lot of go-to movies, but like if if I had to choose, man, of course, Killer Clowns is up there, bro. And
oh yeah, they were just here, weren't they?
Yeah, bro. I was out there. I was asked to be the moderator to introduce him into the
there you go,
man. And I was like, they were like, hey, let's go to the back so you can meet him. And I was just like, freaking, like, dude, like, what the world, bro? It was a dream come true for myself, man. I mean, I was already gonna interview him, but the fact that I got to bring him in and ask him all questions, before we started the Q&A for the audience, man, that was just freaking great, bro. I loved it. So
awesome.
I want to thank the guys out there, Retro City, Rose Sports, of course, out there, Rolling Go Small, man. They made it happen. So they asked and I jumped on it, man. By all means.
I like that you do those, like.
Hey, I think I lost you again. Hold on. You guys froze on me real quick. Hold on. Give me a second.
Yeah. I don't know if you heard the question I had.
No, there you go. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I was saying, like, I love when you do the interviews because I learned a lot from those. And then today I was watching it, my friends, I was like just watching the video that you posted, and I'm like, somebody was like, oh, what do you think about the video game? Or like they were asking when the video game is coming out, and I'm like, they're making a Killer Clowns a video game? I will play that. I don't play video games, but I will play my game. I'm like,
oh, I think I lost you guys again. Hold on. Sorry. Give it a second. Let me get the audio back, guys. Hold on. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go. I got you guys. I got it.
Nice.
But yeah, man, it's supposed to be streaming. So I know a lot of people have been putting there's quite a few horror movies that are coming out, man. But of course, Killer Clowns, I definitely play the heck out of that, dude.
Yes.
But Chris, man, you were talking about as far as my favorites, man. Killer Clowns from Outer Space. I've got Return of the Living Dead. That's my freaking go-to, man. I love that movie. Chopping Walls, another one. And shoot, man, as far as everything else is just I love to watch it, but those are my go-tos, man.
Yeah, as far as comedy horror goes, obviously it's not 80s, but my go-to is Dale and Tucker versus Evil. I have never laughed so hard at a horror movie in my life.
You see, man, and those I don't know why, man. I mean, I just love them. They crack me up. And one of the things, and I was telling the guy at the Killer Clowns event yesterday, I was talking to Grant, and I was telling them, and I said, you know what, man? I said, my kids are here. I grew up watching Killer Clowns from Outer Space. I said, because of that, they grew up watching it. And he was like, oh, man, that's pretty cool, man. You get different generations. And I said, you know what? I said, when my youngest was in elementary school, I picked her up from school one day and she was telling me, like, she was sad. And I'm like, hey, what's going on? So she says, Dad, I'm in class and nobody thinks I'm funny. And I was like, what? I said, kid, you are the funniest person I've known. I said, what's going on? I said, is that you have an adult sense of humor. I said, you got a sense of humor like your dad. I said, so nobody gets it. Your friends are lame. I said, don't worry about it.
100.
But after that, she laughed it off and she's like, yeah, you're right. But it's true, man. They grew up with that 80s sense of humor, man. And, because of that, I think that's what we get along. Otherwise, I'd be like, man, go to your mom's.
It's like an old soul mentality.
Right. Exactly. Exactly, man. But yeah, now that they've gotten older, I love the fact that when I asked them if they wanted to go, they were like, yeah, man, like they were just as excited as I was, and they were like, Dad, we're glad that you're such a nerd when it comes to this stuff. And I was like, what? I think, man, get out of here, kid. I almost made him walk, but I was like, nah, you know what? Let's go.
Love it,
cool, man. But yeah, bro. I mean, but of course, the business is it's already gaining momentum. You guys are on Instagram. Are you guys gonna be getting on Facebook, man? I mean, I know there's a lot of old folks like myself still on there. So
yeah. So I mean, that one I think we still have to discuss.
Yeah.
But right now, like most of the target audience and everybody like that does have Facebook has the Instagram, so there's that link there. But you are right. We should probably look into having a Facebook page tied to VIG.
Yeah,
no, for sure, and of course TikTok also, man. I mean, everybody's on there. It's gaining momentum. And I like it because of the features, man. Of course, you can do crazy videos. You can do inserts, add your own audio, and it's just freaking amazing. So it's quick and easy. But at the same time, people follow you, man. You go live, and people want to see it, man. They'll jump on there and follow you. So I love that. I love that about TikTok for sure.
Yeah.
And I love the fans too, like the followers and all these people, like horror fans. They're just like such a great community.
Dude, for real.
Most welcoming community, I would say. Like we're a little dark, and I think that's what keeps us very close.
Keeps our sanity.
Especially military background. It's like we like.
Oh, I lost you guys again. Hold on. Lost your audio. Hold on, guys. Let me. There you go, guys. Got it.
Nice.
There you go.
Let's see if we can.
Got you back on there.
Yeah, we're gonna try through the phone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I think that one I'm not relying so much on Wi-Fi. I have the links, but I also like what he did, so I'm gonna do that too.
There you go. I think I got three connections on there. Hold on, let me see if I can add you on there real quick.
Okay, and then I'm gonna exit out of this one.
Nice.
Are we still there?
You are. Hold on, let me remove that one.
Nice.
Perfect.
Perfect. There we go.
Now you see that the bad part now is if the internet goes out, it's on me, man. So now
Yeah.
it'll
So
be my
then,
fault, bro.
now we get the chance to make fun of you. So.
There you go, man. I knew it, man. I knew it. I knew you guys were gonna be there. But yeah, man. But of course, I mean, these events, man. I mean, I've been having a blast going out there. I know you guys were busy this weekend, getting everything ready. But it's just being a fan of me. Of course, I know you guys would have had a blast, bro, because it was just like 80s throwback, 80s attitude. I mean, killer clowns all over the freaking place, man, and it was amazing. I definitely had a blast. My kids loved it, so
Yeah,
for the Bucks, man.
We won't miss any more though.
that's for sure. Yeah. That was if we could be at two places at once, we definitely would be.
One day.
And that's when you guys will have to split up. But I don't think you want to break up the band, man.
No, man, we can't mess up the dynamic duo because
I will say this: the one thing I like about the event, and I wish I could have gone to both the same, like the whole weekend. But I was like, man, I'm gonna go to one Saturday and I'll go to the other one Saturday, Sunday. So I'm able to attend as many as possible. But yeah, man, I mean, if I could have split myself in half, dude, I would have been at both like all freaking day, dude. That would have been great.
Yeah.
But man, let me ask you this, man. Of course, horror movies. I mean, you guys love them. When it comes to music, man, how's the music taste? What do you like? What don't you like?
That one's an open question. I'll let you take that one.
So I am terrible with music in all aspects. I'm bad with remembering the names. Like when they play something, like I really like this. Like, oh, you're a fan of this person. I'm like, that person plays this. I don't know. Like,
that, bro.
Yeah, and I'm really bad with names. But when it comes to horror, I guess I remember. I think that's the one place where I stop. That's my knowledge.
Yeah. What about yourself, man? What do you like, man? What kind of music? You go home, you want to drown out your the noise.
I mean, it's not horror, but I listen to like a lot of like rap, R&B, and hip hop kind of stuff, and then 80s ballads. It's like completely opposite sides of the spectrum. I know that doesn't make any sense. That's just my preference. So,
man, that's pretty cool, man. I mean, of course, having moved from Guam to Oregon, I mean, that must have been a culture shock. I mean, of course, you were military, so you got a little bit of everything. But what was it about Oregon that you were like, man, I got to get out of here?
So yeah, when I joined in the Marine Corps, it was like I knew, like, my dad, he was telling me how he was in the Marines growing up and everything like that, and I was like, as soon as I'm able to go, I'm gonna just join the Marines. So even if it wasn't Oregon, if I was in Kentucky or wherever, nothing would have changed. I still would have joined the Marine Corps regardless, as soon as I was able to. So it wasn't that I had to get out of there. It was like I wanted to be a Marine like that and do that, part of my life. So.
Nice.
It's a good thing I did, because then again, that's how me and Alex met. So
yeah.
No, yeah, for sure, man. And of course, I mean, do you guys keep in touch with the rest of the unit, man? I mean, friends that you've made along the way?
some generally, like the people that we went to boot camp with, not so much. People that I've met in school, there are a few, but the people that I've been stationed with, a lot of them live here in Texas.
Yeah.
So like they're all in San Antonio and stuff. And so I messaged just a few of them. There's a group that I'm trying to get with we're in the aviation side, and we're trying to plan like some sort of like get together, but the logistics of it is all just chaotic right now.
Man, you see, that's one of the things that I love about being in San Antonio, and I'm sure you can agree, man, is that it's a melting pot because the military, I mean, at one point, we still have a lot of bases up, but at one point it was a military city USA. We had so many bases open here, active, and
Mhm.
like everybody has somebody that's, gone through boot camp here or moved here or retired here. And, growing up for me, I mean, I knew a lot of the friends that I made were military, so they were like, "Oh man, I was in Japan, or we were in Hawaii, or we were here," and I was just like, "Wow, dude!" Like I never got. I told my kids this. I say, you know what? I always ask God, like, man, I wish I would have been able to travel, but
Mhm.
for some reason, God knew I wouldn't, so He brought the world to me. And in this,
Oh, yeah.
I like it because it's true, man. Like I've met so many people from across the world that I'm like, you know what? I didn't have to go anywhere, man. He brought everybody over here. Now I meet people from different cultures, different backgrounds, different you know parts of the country. So it's been pretty cool, man. I enjoy it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, I like that.
And tell me, guys. I mean, as far as movies, man. I mean, what's the last movie that you guys went to go see?
Ooh, okay. So I'll let him answer second. So for me, it was oh god, what was it called? Talk to Me. Yeah,
Oh,
I
okay,
saw
yeah, bro.
I saw double feature. I saw Voyage, and then I saw Talk to Me. I love Talk to Me. That was a really good movie.
Oh, that man.
And and then the last movie I saw was because it was my wife. She wanted to go see it. I took the kids. We all went and watched the Barbie movie.
Bro, you know what, man? In a way, because I have two daughters, man, and in a way, I loved that. When they were growing up, we got to do stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, I would have never seen like half the movies that came out. But
Mhm.
like I'll say this: once they started getting older, like they didn't want to go anymore, and I'm like, no, we're going, man. We're gonna go watch this movie, and it just, but yeah, man, that's pretty cool, man. I mean, what did your kids think about the movie?
So my 6-year-old wasn't really feeling it. He got bored with it really quick. My teenager, I guess some of the jokes like were adult humor, so he kind of like chuckled and smirked at that. My wife enjoyed it for the most part, and like basically, yeah, it was all right in my opinion. Like I'm not trying to downplay the movie, or I'm not trying to ruin it for anybody, but I mean there were cool, funny parts in that where I was like, oh wow, I would not have guessed this part would have been in the movie like this. So
No, for sure, man. I mean, I haven't seen it. I probably won't, man. I mean, if my kids would have called me and told me like, "Hey, Dad, let's go watch it," I probably would. Just to go and spend time with them and whatnot.
right.
But yeah, man. But of course, going back to Talk to Me. Of course, I mean, did you see it as well?
I have not yet. No.
Oh, okay, man. Damn. Well, can you go? Can you leave the room real quick?
Yeah, I can check it out.
I don't want to ruin it for you, man. No, but I will say this: the movie itself, because of course it wasn't filmed here in the U.S. Right off the bat, I kind of noticed that, and not so much that I didn't like it, but I was just like, man, like what? It was different,
Yeah.
but it was crazy good though, man. I mean, it freaking
Mhm.
threw me through loops and bounds, and my emotions were all over the place because I was like, damn, dude, it was a good movie. I mean, it
Yeah.
was really a good movie, man.
I really liked it. I don't know if you saw my TikTok, but I did like a before and after. I saw the trailer once and I was like, okay, I have to go see it. And I was so confused with the kangaroo that I was just like, why is there a kangaroo in this movie? I hope they explain it. And then I was like, I don't know where this is, Canada or whatever. And then I watched the movie and then I realized it was not in Canada. I think it was in Australia. And I'm like, oh, that makes sense. I didn't know there were kangaroos in Canada.
No, yeah, that's true. Because when it first
Yeah.
came out, I just thought I was like, oh, it's horror. Maybe they just, I don't know, went to a zoo or something, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it explained it, and of course, I mean, through the trailers and all that, I guess I never paid attention to the fact that it was filmed in Australia.
Yeah.
Some of the actors, I think there was two actors that I've seen before, but everybody else was new. So I was like, man, but it was just different, like I said, but it was good though. I mean, definitely go watch it, man. If you haven't watched it yet, if you want to see it again, we'll all go. Dude, I would definitely go watch it again, bro.
I watch it again.
I'll hold you guys to that.
Yeah,
So
bro,
good.
it was good. Of course, y'all are inviting though, right? So
Yeah. So we got you.
We got you.
I'll buy the popcorn, man. I'll do that.
We'll give you a shirt by then too.
Yeah.
There you go, man. Damn, man. I'll wear that shirt too, man. So
Yeah.
yeah, man. But of course, I mean, horror movies. I know the Dracula movie. I have not seen it yet. I watched the Dracula 2000. I watched Dracula 2, the third one, and it kind of. I don't know now. I don't even know if I want to watch the Demeter, the movie itself, man. It kind of killed my vibe. So I'm like, man, I'll probably wait till it goes to a stream or something.
I will tell you this. I know the 2001 and all the other ones, even up to the one in Nicolas Cage, right? Because I think that was Dracula as well. This one is completely different. Dracula does not look as handsome, I would say, as the ones that you've seen. I feel like they did a really good acting, and I think if you like movies such as like Train to Busan, where you get to like the characters, and then they start getting like taken out, and you're like, I really care for that character. Makes it. I think that's what made it better. I know it did really bad financially, but it wasn't because it was a bad movie. I think it was just because of the timing it came out. I think Your Next took a lot of that energy from it.
No, or
sure. Not Your Next. I'm sorry. Talk to me.
No, so, yeah. And another thing too, and I was telling people was because I mean here in San Antonio, a lot of the parents were getting ready for back to school, man. So a lot of the money went towards clothing and kids, and I was like, man, it was just bad timing, But I mean, I don't know if that happened in the rest of the nation, but yeah, man. I mean, I definitely still, I would stido go watch it at the theater, man. I mean, it's just, it's just after watching all those, I went on a 5-day, what do you call it, bench. I just went and watched them all, and so now I'm like, I'm not too eager. I would rather go watch Talk to Me once again before I watch the movie. I'll say that much.
Okay. Well, so on the subject of Dracula, like this is kind of an interesting take on it, at least in my opinion. But did you watch the Netflix series that they pushed out not too long ago about it?
I have not watched that. No.
Oh, that was pretty good.
Brutal.
I don't know how to talk about that one without giving away any spoilers. So I just wanted to know what your take would have been on it.
No, yeah, you see, and that's one of the things because there's a lot of like my girl hates it because she's like, oh, let's watch this, and I'm like, man, it's a series. I don't want to watch it, and I don't want to watch it because I know it's gonna take me forever to finish it.
Yeah,
and I don't have time to like just sit there and if I watch a series, I want to watch the whole thing like that same day, bro. Like it's crazy, but it's just like I've missed a lot, and there's a lot of them that are coming out, and I'm like, damn, man, like, but I definitely want to watch it, man. I mean, I'll take a couple of days off or 2 days off and go on the bench again, But how many series is the Dracula?
Oh no, it was only like a 3-hour.
Yeah,
these are just 1 hour each.
Yeah, I think it was like 3 stories. Yeah,
easy, bro. Okay, you said I thought it was like 12 or.
No. Yeah, just a 3-part series, but like 1 hour each, basically.
I will say brutal for sure.
Yeah.
I was like, ooh, some of the characters. I was like, that's not the way I want to go.
Now I gotta see it.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Let me ask you this: you remember the on the beginning of Ghost Ship?
Yeah,
it was that dramatic. Is it like that?
Oh man, that is, I gotta say, by far one of my favorite like horror like movie kill scenes.
Yeah, that's the end of the spectrum.
Ghost Ship did it right with that.
Oh yeah, bro. I mean, that was like one of those like, damn, okay, what else is coming? Because
right,
killed it with that intro, man.
Yeah, no, I the movie it was great opening for sure.
And man, and not to break up the band or get you guys arguing, but if you guys came in a movie, man, you guys were in a horror movie, and there could only be one final guy. Who would it be, and why?
Well, that's kind of a question you shouldn't ask.
Oh gosh. I think we would probably none of us because I think we would try to help each other survive.
Right.
Like we would probably go back like to help each other.
Yeah.
Like that movie, you might not like it, but Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the beginning where that girl could have ran, but she came back to try to help. That would have been us. And people would have been like, why didn't you just go and get help? We would have been the reason why people get pissed. I'm like, why are we even watching this movie?
Yeah. But then again, I don't know. We might be smart enough to outsmart. So
No, I just had to ask because I was like, man, I mean, there can't be 2 final guys, but there could be.
Plural final guys.
Yeah.
Yes, bro. But man, but let me ask you now, when it comes to what you guys are doing, man. I mean, of course, you started late. I don't want to say late this year because Halloween's coming up, so it's good timing.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, do you guys kind of wish you would have started earlier, or is this like perfect timing? You think?
Honestly, in my opinion, I think it's perfect timing. We had a lot to not say rush through, but our timelines that we wanted to meet. we got very good at what we did in a short amount of time that I don't think otherwise we would have been able to. In my opinion, of course, you know, I think we definitely perform well under pressure, especially together, like, you know, like the yin and the yang. Like we have this system, right, where we pre-treat 60 shirts, and it's supposed to take a long time, but we devised the system where we can get it done in what, like 20 minutes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, bro. That's pretty freaking impressive, man. That's good though.
Yeah. Well stated. Yeah, for sure. And also, I would say, honestly, like anybody who's thinking of like starting a business and stuff, I think the older you get, the more mature you become. And it's like at first you're kind of terrified to do something that you want to do, and you're like, oh no, there's a lot of obstacles. But you know, the older you get, you're like, you know, at some point you just have to take that step and go for it. And honestly, once you take that big like one step, everything starts kind of falling into place. Yes, there's a lot of learning, but you always need somebody that you can rely on, you know, somebody like will help you. And yeah, again, we make a good team, and after we made that big move, things just fell into place.
No, for sure, man. And let me ask you, because of course, I mean, it is a business. What you guys are doing, how can I say it, man? Like there's a lot of businesses out there.
Yeah.
But you guys, it's your attitude. It's a different flavor. It's you know, you guys are being artistic when it comes to what you guys are producing. Would you guys be okay on teaching somebody else to do the same thing?
Oh,
for
yeah.
sure.
I think that's what we were planning on doing. Like, but when we like start, you know, we master our craft a little more. We want to make tutorial videos because we feel like there's people out there who probably want to do this. It might not be horror, it might be music, like you were bringing up. And you know, we've been watching other videos to try to learn from other people, and we realize that some people don't really know much about it, and they just give like information. But we want to do accurate information because the thing that sucks is you don't have that much limited funds, and if you keep making mistakes on shirts, it's just gonna slow your process. So.
No, for sure, man. Because if you ruin a shirt, that's money, right? So
yeah, exactly.
And so
that's pretty cool, man. I'm glad to hear that because, of course, I mean, the fact that you guys did that video, I was thinking like, man, I wonder if you guys would do something like that. But that's cool that you would, though.
Yes. Speaking of that video, we definitely need to get better. I watched it and I was like, oh no, the camera's like shaking like this, and I was like, that's because it was on the vibration of the printer. So now it's like we got to get like some gyro stabilizer and place the camera somewhere else.
So. No, for sure, but man, I enjoyed it, man. I mean, of course, like I said, because it's y'all's attitude. It's the fact that you guys got along, and you know, it's comedic, man. But it's in a good way. You know, we were laughing with you, not at you, of course. You know, so that was pretty cool, man.
One thing that I want to say too, it's like people like yourself or like reach out to us to be like, hey, like, you know, do you want to jump on here and let people know what you're doing? Like you're helping us out. You have like no reason to do this. It's just like, hey, I want to like, you know, show people what you're bringing in. So people like yourself, you know, like we appreciate that.
Dude, we definitely do, man.
Yeah.
Likewise, and that's why I know we had talked a little bit about this the other day, and it's just, I mean, it's going to help me as much as it's going to help you guys, man. And because of that, I mean, you guys are local, you know. I mean, even if we couldn't get together, just be able to do something like this, you know, definitely want to bring you guys back on here, man, if possible, you know. Time.
Yeah, that works, and then maybe we can coordinate it to where, like, in like the middle of our orders or where we're printing for the launch or something. That way we can show you guys the process again.
Yeah.
Hey, bro. Heck yeah. No, yeah, for sure, man. Just don't put the camera on the printer though.
Yeah. That was my bad. Because like when we were going over it and stuff, I didn't even notice the camera was vibrating. I was like, oh, the line's over. Let me watch it now so I can see what it was like.
Man, I've been doing like media for like MMA, you know, for years, man. And I mean, I was that guy where I would have I would be taking photos and I would have my phone. So I'd be videotaping and taking pictures. And I remember one day, like, there's this guy, like, K-Shot, and he's just staring at me. And I was like, hey, I said, what's up, man? And he says, bro, he said, I don't know how you do that, man, but, dude, you got, like, some steady hands. And I was like, yeah, I mean, I do, because I was so used to, like, and, I mean, the phone doesn't weigh much, but if you actually hold the phone up.
Dude, for that long period of time, yeah.
Yeah, and so I was just like, yeah, that's true, man, because it happens when I'm out there and I'm interviewing somebody and I'm like, damn. I'm interviewing the guy, and in my head, I'm like, dude, my arm's freaking killing me, right? I'm like ready to end it, but yeah, man, I have fun with it. I have fun with you guys jumping on there, bro, and I mean, hopefully, you know, jump back on again. But once again, I mean, of course, give us the website for the business.
Yeah, finalguysgraphics.com. Also, our Instagram is Final Guys Graphics. Yeah. And if you like, If you guys have any questions, you can always message us there. We'll try to get back to you guys as soon as possible.
And of course, graphics is spelled with an X, correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
Thank you for pointing that out.
No, yes, because I know I saw it and I was like, oh, it's with an X. So, and I should have put that at the bottom, but of course, I'll put it on the video. I'll put the website on there with the stream to share it, and that way people can follow you guys, man. Of course, the contest is going on, so they can go to your Instagram. Final Guys Graphics, the same thing with an X, and they can share. I mean, share it, and hopefully win a cool shirt, man.
Yeah,
sure, awesome.
One of my favorites.
Well, man, I do appreciate you guys, and man, hopefully, soon before they take the Talk to Me off the theater, man. We got to go watch it, bro. For
so
sounds good.
Yeah.
Awesome, guys. Well, is there anything you guys want to say before we wrap this up?
Obviously, like Alex was saying, our social media content manager, aka my wife, her name's Jacqueline Calvo. She does amazing work, and so, like I said, we would be in the Stone Age without her. So I just want to give her a shout out and say thanks.
No, for sure, man. Well, thank you guys, and hope to bring you back, guys. Back on. But till then, man, of course, I'll be in touch. Everybody out there, of course, make sure you follow them up. This is Spider once again here at the Coming Soon podcast. Till next time. Follow.
All right, take care, brother.
Bye.